chapters 13 to 17 of the Rule of Saint Benedict. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Kattekliek. The Rule of Saint Benedict by Saint Benedict of Nursia. Translated by Anonymous. Chapter 13. How Lauds are to be celebrated on ferial or weekdays. On ferial days let Lauds be celebrated thus. Let the 66th Psalm be said as on Sunday, plainly and without an antiphon, and also somewhat more slowly, in order that all may be in their places for the 50th, which must be said with an antiphon. After which, let 2 other psalms be said according to custom, that is, on Monday the 5th and 35th, on Tuesday the 42nd and 56th, on Wednesday the 63rd and 64th, on Thursday the 87th and 89th, on Friday the 75th and 91st, on Saturday the 142nd and the Canticle of Deuteronomy, which must be divided into 2 glorias. But on other days let a canticle out of the prophets be said, each on its own day, according to the practice of the Roman Church. After these let the praises follow, then a lesson from the apostles, to be said by heart, a responsory, hymn, and versicle, a canticle out of the Gospel, the litanies, and so conclude. Let not the celebration of Lauds or evensong even terminate unless at the end the Lord's Prayer be said by the prior, in the hearing of all, because of the thorns of scandal which are wont to arise, that the brethren, being reminded by the covenant of this prayer, in which they say, "Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them that trespass against us," may purge themselves from these faults. But in celebrating the other hours let the last part only be said aloud, that all may answer, "But deliver us from evil." Chapter 14. In what manner the office of Matins is to be celebrated on the feast day of Saints. On Saints' Day, and upon all solemnities, let the same order be observed as upon Sundays, only that psalms, antiphons, and lessons be said, proper to the day itself. Their method, however, shall remain the same as before determined. Chapter 15. At what seasons Alleluia must be said. From the holy feast of Easter until Whitsuntide, let Alleluia be said without intermission, as well with the psalms as with the responsories. From Whitsuntide till the beginning of Lent, let it be said at all the night offices, with the 6 last psalms only. But on every Sunday out of Lent, let the canticles, lauds, prime, tierce, sext, and none be said with Alleluia. Let evensong, however, be said with antiphons. Let the responsories never be said with Alleluia, except from Easter till Whitsuntide. Chapter 16. In what manner the work of God is to be done in the daytime. 7 times a day, said the prophet, have I sung praises unto thee. Psalm 118, verse 164. This sacred number of 7 shall be accomplished by us if at the times of Lauds, prime, tierce, sext, none, evensong, and complin we perform the duties of our service. It was of these hours the prophet said, 7 times in the day I have sung praise to thee. For of the night watches the same prophet says, "At midnight I did arise to confess to thee." Psalm 118, verse 62. At these times, therefore, let us give praise to our Creator for the judgments of his justice, that is at Lauds, prime, tierce, sext, none, evensong, and complin, and in the night let us rise to confess unto him. Chapter 17. How many psalms are to be said during the aforesaid hours. We have already arranged the order of the office for the nocturnes or lauds. Let us now dispose of the hours that follow. At prime, let 3 psalms be said separately, and not under one Gloria. Presently after the verse, O God, incline unto mine aid, let the hymn of the same hour follow, before the psalms be begun. At the end of the psalms let there be recited one lesson, a versicle, and Kyrie eleison, and let that hour conclude with a collect. Tierce, sext, and none are to be recited in the same way, that is, the prayer, versicle, and hymns of these same hours, 3 psalms, then a lesson, versicle, and Kyrie eleison, and let the hour conclude with a collect. If the community be great, let the hours be sung with antiphons. If, however, it be small, let them be only recited. Let evensong be said with 4 psalms and antiphons. After these let a lesson be recited, then a responsory, the hymn, versicle, and canticle out of the Gospel, the litany, the Lord's Prayer, and a collect to conclude. For Compline, let 3 psalms be recited straight on without antiphons. After these the hymn for that hour, the lesson, versicle, Kyrie eleison, and blessing, and so let the hour terminate. End of section 6.